All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, we about to get into this. I'm gonna let a couple people get on, and then we're gonna strike up the band, and we're gonna start rolling right from the top. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed to the channel, everybody that support the channel, whether you support Tatum Report, which is good because this week we're gonna do some giveaways on Tatum Report. This hat, which is not available to the public, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and we're gonna give away these hats for people who sign up and donate to the Tatum Report. So we'll do that housekeeping thing at another time. But as you guys come in, I'm gonna start talking about Jaslyn Adams. And if you don't know who Jaslyn Adams is, you know, I'm going to inform you. You should know. And also, I looked at Daunte Wrights' funeral, and I almost threw up. I think I threw up in my mouth a couple times when I was watching the funeral. And it's a shame how these people be lying on people and making up stories. And we're going to talk about the media. We're going to talk about how they are the most fraudulent entity in the United States. And we're going to get into all that stuff. So shout out to everybody that's jumping on. Shout out to the Tatum Squad. Folks, if you want to join the Tatum Squad, hit that join button, and you'll be a part of the Coded Squad on the YouTube universe. So, but without me, you know, wasting too much time, let's get into this. I want to first start out by showing a picture of this young lady, young girl. She was 7. Young 7-year-old. Unfortunately, she'll never get a T-shirt. You know, matter of fact, man, maybe I'll do a T-shirt with her. The mainstream media won't cover her. Have you seen this young lady on the mainstream media? Have you seen her? Most people have no idea who she is. Never seen her. This young lady, this little girl, she's not a lady, she's a little girl. She lost her life at the hands of thugs. Complete thugs. But the media won't talk about it. BLM won't talk about it. And let me show you how I know BLM won't talk about it. It ain't just, I'm not just making this stuff up. Let's go to BLM's Instagram. BLM's Instagram. What's on BLM's Instagram? Has nothing to do with Jaslyn. And I think this is the young girl it's the young girl that was trying to kill another kid, and they got her. This make me so mad. They got this girl all over they stuff. They got this girl all over their stuff, which I wouldn't even be mad at. But she did attempt to kill somebody and ended up getting shot. And the people who raised that girl to be violent like that, they should be ashamed of themselves. They got her on there. They have her on there. But why don't they have this young girl? Why don't they have her on there? Somebody riddle me this. One girl was slinging a knife trying to kill another person, ended up getting shot. This girl didn't do nothing to deserve what happened to her. She did nothing. All right, so now that I have addressed this just a little bit, I'm going to show you some video because I need you guys to know the full spectrum, what happened to Jaslyn Adams and how all of this stuff is coming together, and it's slightly sickening to me. So let's start out with the daddy. Let's start out with daddy, okay? I'm going to play a video, and this is from another YouTube channel. They did a pretty good job at covering it. It's going to be some language in here that's unflattering. However, they did a pretty good job summing up the dad's involvement in young Jaslyn's loss of life. So let's get into this. Let's watch a little bit of it so you can see what I'm talking about. Not the commercial. I guess they get a free commercial on my page. All right.
So this just happened. Look, so
just I'm gonna play it through. So her dad is obviously, this is the car.
bullets.
This is the car riddled with bullets, and you can't tell me this young girl wasn't targeted. All of the bullets are right here. All in the door, window, right here. Nothing over here. All right here. All right here. This is where the young girl was sitting at. Right here. They targeted her. Completely intentionally targeting a 7-year-old girl. And you say, Brandon, 40-some shell casings. You say, Brandon, why would they just target a young innocent black girl for no reason? Well, it's dumb, but this is the reason why. This is her dad. Her daddy right here. Mr. OG, rap star, thugging, I'm in the hood, banging. That's her dad. That's her dad. And this is her dad and some other goons peeing on the grave of a rival gang member, a rival of a person who's a part of what they call the ops, which is their opposition, gang opposition. They peeing on that dude's grave. This is them. They put it all on social media, peeing all on the man's grave, defecating this man's grave. And so since they did that, they retaliated. And now he's claiming that he didn't do nothing. I'll let you listen to what he said. He claiming he never put his daughter in a compromising position. Yes, you did.
Supposed to treat a woman. Anything she asks, she basically get. I don't give a fuck what y'all think because y'all ignorant. I taught her how to use a bathroom, brush her teeth, and all that. Nothing but smiles when we were together. I know my mistakes I made out there, but I already blame myself, so y'all trying to do it not gonna work.
The ignorance of these people. Gang banging out there, ended up getting his daughter shot up. And this is the life. This is what happens when you live in this life. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I don't know how many times this needs to be reiterated for the people in the back thinking about smoking crack. You can't live like this. Then you get your kid shot up because you decide to pee on somebody's grave and disrespect another former gang member or another gang member. Ended up getting his daughter all shot up. Well, I got more. So obviously there were suspects in this case, and the suspects were caught, thank God. And here's a little bit of news clips on those suspects. Now they're going to play an ad. I knew they were going to give me. I'll let them play the ad. Play the ad. Skip. Okay.
Brown confirmed tonight of a suspect connected to the murder of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams. The little girl shot at a Westside McDonald's drive-thru in her father's car on Sunday. Just last night, he spoke out at a vigil.
Daddy. Last words. Daddy. A panicking daddy. I see my daughter face down in my car.
Because you gangbanging. Now, I know it's sad, and I'm not trying to take nothing away from that man. If you lose it don't matter if you gangbang. You lose your daughter, that's going to hurt. But, bro, we got to stop living like this. You're peeing on people's grave, according to the video I saw, disrespecting the ops, which is your opposition, and they came and retaliated. And then his people retaliated on some people at another drive-thru. Black-on-black violence that nobody wants to talk about. And the residual effect of this black-on-black violence is a young girl losing her life, getting shot up in a car, and daddy get on here and act like he don't know what happened. It's baffling to me.
I will never forget those. I want my daughter's killers locked up.
Chicago
Your daughter's killers locked up. I get it. I'm sure you do.
Police were, in fact, on the trail of one of those men. We are told officers with the Gang Intelligence Unit were surveilling this suspect in a western suburb this afternoon.
So let's talk about this guy. Use all your social justice ideas when you put this into practice. Listen to how he ended up getting shot. Listen, and let's see if this was if Jaslyn wasn't involved, would people be protesting for this fool?
And attempted to pull him over in the eastbound lanes of 290 around 4:30.
Officers followed him. He crashed his vehicle. Once his vehicle crashed, he then attempted to carjack a family that was in traffic on the freeway. And
if it had not to do, if Jaslyn wasn't involved, because they don't care, because when black people involved, they don't care. If Jaslyn hadn't been involved, they'd be protesting for this guy. Murdered a 7-year-old girl. They pull him over. He crashed the car. He tried to hijack somebody else. And listen to what the chief said.
That's when our officer engaged this suspect, fired his weapon. The suspect was shot multiple times.
He was taken to an area hospital. That family was okay, and no officers were injured.
Well, they didn't even kill him. They just injured him. So I'm surprised they ain't protesting this. They probably out there protesting.
Superintendent David Brown says 2 weapons were recovered from the suspect, but would not say if he pointed one of them at police.
Well, it doesn't matter, because that dude is responsible, allegedly responsible for the death of Jaslyn. All of this is going on, and you'll never see none of what I just showed you on the news. None of it. I say Jaslyn. I keep calling her Jaslyn. It's Jaslyn. None of this will be on the news. Nobody's going to talk about this. Nobody cares. 7-year-old girl loses her life. Nobody cares. But if you want to talk about somebody that's not as worthy as Jaslyn to be celebrated, then let's go over to Daunte Wright, the guy who had a warrant for strong arm robbery against a woman. They put at gunpoint. So some reports said he choked her, robbing her for $800 at gunpoint. You talk about the trauma to, somebody being traumatized. How he's traumatizing people. Going around, expired tags, resisting arrest, trying to flee police, not going to court, thugging on Facebook, got a gun, got Hennessy, blunts, all of that. And he is Jesus Christ incarnate to these dumb people. Jaslyn don't get nothing but a bad hand because her daddy want to gangbang and peeing on people's graves, and they come back and retaliate and take his daughter out. Young girl had no chance. But this boy, he get paintings. He get a live band. He get Crump, the weasel of the weasels. He get Crump to speak at his funeral. He get what they call him, civil rights legend, Al Sharptongue, who still probably owe millions of dollars in taxes he's never gonna pay. Al Sharptongue at his funeral, doing a eulogy. This is a civil rights icon, supposedly. The dude is a fraud, in my opinion. But to some people who are still brain dead, he's a civil rights icon. You get people like that. You get a live band. You get people showing up. You get your funeral live broadcast. All of this. Singing. Let's play a little bit of the singing. In Jesus' name, they putting Jesus on top of this stuff.
Lord, there is fullness of joy. We love you, Jesus. We love you, Jesus. Lord, I love you.
This is why people don't go to church no more. Because they doing too much here. I understand you want to, they doing too much for a kid that's out here cutting up. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with them doing that if they do the same thing at Jaslyn's funeral. That she get a nice funeral like this. She gets civil rights icons showing up at her funeral doing a eulogy. But the young girl who was completely innocent gets nothing, but a thug who was either going to go to jail or hell at some point in his life if he never turned it around, ended up getting killed by a police officer as he's resisting arrest and trying to flee police with a black man in the car. He had a black police officer hanging out the car while he's trying to drive off. If she wouldn't have shot him, he would have drove off with the black police officer in the car, dragging him up the street, and he get all this. He get all this. He get all this. Mama get up there, and I'm not, and I don't know these people, man, and I'm really not trying to be mean to her. Mama, you should be ashamed of yourself. You raised a thug, and daddy up here looking stupid. Y'all raised this boy out here acting a fool. Now, I know you can't control everything your kids do. They get older, they rebellious, they do stupid stuff. But my God, don't get up here and lie on them. If my kid go off and be a nut job and decide to gang bang and thug against my will, I'm not going to get up at his funeral and lie. I'm not going to be up here doing this. I won't do it. I'm not going to get up here and act like my son wasn't up there cutting up. I'm not going to get up there and lie on my kid because I know other people are watching this and I don't want their kids to end up like my kid. If she really cared and wasn't ignorant, if she really cared and he really cared, I think they would tell a message of don't do what my son did. Don't resist arrest because you end up accidentally getting shot by a cop who was, in my opinion, made a horrible decision and should be held accountable for that decision. You can't just shoot people and kill them. You know, you can't do that. I don't want to hear your excuses. You can't kill somebody on accident, especially when it wasn't that stressful of a situation. She don't care. These people finna get paid out gajillion dollars. They got people preaching. And the sickest part of this is this part right here. When this white man started reading this thing right here, made me want to throw up and come through the screen.
Society that black people in Minnesota and across this country face every single day. While nothing will bring Daunte Wright back to his loved ones, we must continue to enact real, meaningful change at the local, state, and national levels to fight systemic racism so that every single person in Minnesota, black, indigenous, brown.
You can't just say stop resisting arrest. Now we got to fight the system of a systemic racism. Man, listen, there's no systemic racism. Daunte Wright was contacted by a black police officer. The white people stood back. He was contacted by a black police officer. And the black police officer was trying to put him in handcuffs. He fight the black police officer, get in the car, want to drag the black police officer down the street. And then the white cop accidentally shoots him. But he didn't care about the black cops. What's systemic racism? What's systemic racism? Are you a racist, white man? You on here saying all this. Are you a racist? Let's go back. Y'all don't forget, just because you got a baby with a black man, don't make you not white. His mama white. Is she a racist? So systemic racism only goes for the people you want it to be a part of. His mama can't be a racist, right? She ain't a racist. She's exempt. It's subconscious, implicit bias. Is she implicitly biased? Is she a part of the systemic racism in our country that hurts black and brown bodies? Does she need to look at her white privilege? Oh, she's exempt. Oh, she's exempt because she had a baby with a black man. Oh, okay. Who else is exempt? Where you at? Where the white man at? That's out here virtue signaling. Don't be this white man. Where the thing at, man? Where's the white man at? Oh, look. Oh, Klobuchar.
It is on us.
Oh, so you're not part of the white supremacy? Oh, because you're speaking at a black man funeral. Oh, okay. They gave you the pass. So all these white people up here, and they not a part of the problem, though. Oh, they're not Trump supporters. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Is this white man a part of white supremacy? Oh, he's not, because he read this statement, whatever that they didn't print it up, telling him he's a white devil. So I guess he's exempt. So they got this white man. They got a politician, Klobuchar. They even got this dummy here. They got this dummy who you're not even from here. You weren't even born in America. You have no roots to white supremacy and slavery. You are not connected. But we were at this thing virtue signaling. You ain't got no connection to the black struggle, but they got you up here virtue signaling. God is my witness, man. God up here. All these politicians up here virtue signaling. They had to put the white one in there because they need her to win in Minnesota. But I guess they exempt. If you go and chuck and jive for the black man, you're no longer a part of the problem. You're no longer a part of white supremacy. It's sickening to me. Jaslyn don't get no love. Jaslyn don't get no love, no respect, no honor, no T-shirt, no streets named after her. Nobody's even talking about her on the news. Al Sharpton at the trial of Chauvin, he brought up Daunte Wright. He didn't bring up Jaslyn. He didn't say we need to stop the killing of black bodies all the way around. Brothers need to stop going out doing drive-bys at the store, and police officers need to stop. They don't say that. They act as if this doesn't exist. How do you know, Mr. Tatum? Let's just look. Let's just do a quick search. It won't take long. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. Let's go to his page. Al Sharpton. Go to Al Sharpton. I could be wrong. Let's see if Jaslyn is on his page somewhere. Nope. No, he got white man. I'm talking about the white man. They not talking about Jaslyn. No Jaslyn. No Jaslyn. Nothing about Jaslyn on here. The funeral. What's he talking about up here? Donald Trump. No Jaslyn. Nothing. Nothing about Jaslyn. Let's go to Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. You Google hashtag Black Lives Matter. Let's go to the hashtag. Because you Google it, Jaslyn is not on here. The 7-year-old that got gunned down by black people ain't on here. He on here. Let's go to the hashtag. He's on there. You got to get killed by a white police officer for you to make it on hashtag Black Lives Matter. He on this dude on there. Where's Jaslyn? Anybody got any Jaslyn? Any Jaslyn? I see George Floyd. I don't see Jaslyn. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Jaslyn Adams is not on. Oh, I see her. She on here. Is this her? No, this ain't her. That ain't Jaslyn. She ain't on there. Who is this? Where's Jaslyn? Where's Tashawn Lee? Where's the other 20-some black babies that have been killed this year in these drive-by shooting gang retaliations? Where they at? No Jaslyn. This is April the 22nd. We'll keep going because I think she passed away before that. None. They ain't got her on there. They got George Floyd up there looking like he the second coming of Jesus Christ. Where they at? I'll keep looking. I just want to keep looking. They got a picture of a little girl, but it's not Jaslyn. They got her. Micaiah. They got her all over. They got her all over the thing. She all over the screen. When she was trying to kill another black girl. She was trying to stab to death another 16-year-old, but she on Black Lives Matter's page. Jaslyn, where's she at? Oh, they talking about the insurrection when they doing the same thing in Oklahoma right now, but they don't want to talk about that. I'm gonna keep searching. Let's see if we can go back. I mean, there's so many posts, but because they just caught the suspect in Jaslyn's case, they don't even post about it. Let's see if she's on this picture. Where's Jaslyn? Where's Tashawn Lee? Let's see if we can find one of them on here. None. They have none. This is their savior. Criminal. He wasn't even killed by the police. Criminal. I'm identifying criminal. The people that I know of. She killed herself. She didn't even die at the hands of police. Criminal. I almost cussed. I'm a cuss. I'm a cuss. I'm a cuss today. Can I cuss? If I'm not mistaken, this is the dummy that did a drive-by shooting on Facebook. He did a drive-by shooting on Facebook. And when he did a high-speed pursuit, live streamed on Facebook, pulled the gun out on the cops when they showed up and they shot him. Drive-by shooting on Facebook. I saw it. He out the window busting, pop, 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 in a random neighborhood. This guy, they got this mother on here. I forget that fool name. This fool, convicted pedophile. He's selling CDs. Pulled a gun out on the cops. They shot him out to Alton Sterling. Y'all want to keep going? Tamir Rice. I think it's Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice. Michael Brown, thugging in the middle of the street, trying to fight the police officer for his gun. Tamir Rice chasing people around the park with a gun with the tip taken off of it, robbing people, burglarizing, terrorizing the community he didn't even live in. Y'all know his story. She got dead bodies in a rental car, selling drugs for Jamarcus Glover. Got him in prison. I got them right now on the Tatum report with jailhouse phone calls. Go to Tatum report, look up Breonna Taylor. Jailhouse phone calls with her and Jamarcus Glover talking about her selling dope and running stuff for him. I mean, I could almost keep going to all these people, and none of them are victims of black-on-black crime. They can't fit a week worth of dead black people that were killed by other black people on this. They can't fit a week of them. They can make one with all babies, all little kids on here, if you want to keep it 100. But this is what Black Lives Matter stand for. Jaslyn is nowhere on their page. Nowhere on their page. And you got to say why. How isn't her life significant? No, not the Black Lives Matter. Somebody say, Breonna Taylor was unarmed. Her boyfriend got her shot. You shoot at the cops, they're going to shoot back. And you put your girlfriend in between you and the cops, okay, she going to get shot. The dummy of the dumbs. It's crazy to me. It's hard for me to fathom that they don't have a single young person that been killed by another black person on any of their websites. None of the babies that lost their lives, completely innocent babies. None of it is there. And they sitting here still, let me pull it back to the screen. They just retweeted, oh, this is Black Lives Matter hashtag. Daily Wire got the coverage on it. But it says, from Michael Brown to Ma'Khia Brown, meet the lawyer whose false claims fueled a generation of Black Lives Matter violence. This dude right here, I would love to see his portfolio. I want to know what percentage he get from his civil rights claims, settlements, because he ain't never going to go to the hood. If you in the hood, you get killed unjustifiably by another black man, get gunned down in the intersection of 45th and Martin Luther King, that ain't going to show up at your stuff. It ain't no money in that. You can't get no payout from other Negroes shooting you. He ain't going to be there. You can't pay him enough to show up. But when you get killed by the police, he's there collecting that check. He wants y'all to keep getting shot. In my opinion, he wants you to keep getting shot so he can keep collecting that check. 27 million, 10 million family payout. He probably getting 30%, 40%. Again, I know he's not doing it for free. 40%. He getting his cut. Jaslyn ain't nowhere on even the hashtag. She not on there. Let's see. Somebody put her on there. Shot and killed. Cassidy, shot and killed in Miami, January 6, 2021, during a drive-by shooting at a birthday party. I hope they got more people. Show me more. Oh, he got more. Who is this? Oh, this is the conservative. Conservative over here spitting bars. Cassandra, shot and killed in a drive-by. Demaya. I don't know how to say that name. I think it's Demaya. She was shot and killed in St. Louis, Missouri, January 24, 2021, sitting in the car with her dad, 7-year-old, beautiful young lady, beautiful kids. Let's see. Loria Hall was shot and killed in Louisville, Kentucky, where Breonna Taylor was killed at. February the 2nd, 2021, in a drive-by shooting. This brother is let's see, Major Turner, shot and killed in Birmingham, Alabama, February 4th, 2021. Started shooting into an apartment complex. He was 2. You mother. Davion, shot and killed, Tuskegee, Alabama, February the 13th. He was in bed. He was really in bed. He was in bed. Breonna Taylor wasn't in the bed. This little boy was in bed. He was 4. Come on, let's keep going. Come on, keep giving it. Y'all better follow this brother right here. Let's see. Now, Andrea was shot and killed, Chicago, Illinois, March 1st, 2021, at a gas station where 2 men started shooting at each other, and she was hit by a stray bullet. She was 11. Come on, keep going. Joseph looked like a little Hispanic. He could have been mixed, but you know he ain't talking about him. Shot and killed in Los Lunas, New Mexico, March the 6th, in a drive-by shooting. He was 11. This young girl, 9 years old, St. Louis, Missouri, March the 7th. Little Rock, Arkansas, March the 13th. She was 10. Keep going. Keep going. And if you don't believe it, go look it up for yourself. I'm gonna say all these. We need to say all these. My staff, take this video. We put it on social media. Follow this young man right here. Shreveport, Louisiana, March the 20th. She was 5. Let's see. Louisiana, March the 22nd, 8-year-old. How was she killed? Someone fired shots into a car she was riding in. 8-year-old. This little boy was 11. Snuffed. I told y'all. His name was Harley. Shot and killed in Philly. March the 26th, 2021, while riding his scooter and someone started shooting. 3-year-old killed in Hartford, Connecticut, April the 10th. People start shooting in the car. Let's see. Dior, shot and killed. Syracuse, New York, April the 11th. How was she killed? Shot in the car she was in. 11-month-old. Y'all get it? 3-month-old. Nashville, Tennessee, April the 12th. They ain't talking about it. 7-year-old. Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, April the 14th. They ain't talking about him. Brian, killed in Kansas, April the 14th. Shooting in the car he was in. 12-year-old. They ain't talking about him. We already talked about Jaslyn. They ain't talking about it. That was April the 18th. I'm sure we can still go. That's 18. I'm finna blow up. Let me drink my whiskey. I'm finna blow up. 18 kids. Not one of these funerals. I ain't heard of not one of these kids and no one of these on Black Lives Matter page. None of them. None of them on Black Lives Matter's page. None of them. This is just this year. First quarter. We had 18 babies. Black babies. Black babies. Babies. Black Lives Matter. These kids matter. I wish I had $1 billion because I'll go and I'll pay for every single funeral. I'm sure they already had a couple of these kids' funerals. I'll make sure they people all right if they doing right. I wish I had the money. That's why I want to be a billionaire. I'll see this little girl. Forget these thugs. These doggone thugs. Thugged out fools getting killed by police. And they get $1 million GoFundMes. I will pay for these kids and make sure they people all right. Make sure they at least get buried right. Al Sharpton ain't gonna show up at none of these funerals. Negro won't even drive by these funerals. Shame. But they out here defending thugs. They all on murals. Michael Brown. They make a mural with these kids on there. I can't make a shirt big enough for these kids. This is just 2021. 18 kids, babies, life snuffed, doctors, lawyers, astronaut, president, activists, leaders. What do you want to say? The next great kids that can change everything. Stem cell research. I mean, they could be curing cancer. One of these kids, but they dead. And don't get a t-shirt. Don't get a shout out. Don't get a tweet from LeBron James. They won't even put it. I'm putting them on my YouTube channel to 10,000 people that's watching. I'm going to start a fund. Me and my wife were talking about this. We're going to start a fund. And whenever this stuff happens, y'all donate to the fund. We'll pull from the fund and we'll do something for these kids and police officers. I want to help the little kids get killed, injured in these inner cities through violence. I want to do something to help them, and I want to do something to help police officers and their families after they get shot and killed or even just getting injured. Because this is a shame. They don't have a name. They don't have a voice. They don't have an identity. They have nothing. They get nothing. They mama, where the payout? Who's gonna pay Jaslyn's family? Who's gonna pay Brian's family? Do he get a $27 million payout? Huh? Dexter, did he get a $27 million payout? Do they get a $27 million payout? Are people marching in the streets celebrating when the people that killed them go to jail? I just want to know. it breaks my heart because I feel like that they call me whitewashing. I'm an Uncle Tom sellout. I care about these babies. I got kids. I don't care what color your kids is. But it makes it worse when it's black kids. And Black Lives Matter raised $80 million and they should be covering all their funerals. They can't get a call back. Michael Brown family didn't get paid by Black Lives Matter. None of these people. None of these people's family got paid out. George Floyd's family didn't get paid out. Breonna Taylor's family didn't get paid out. Black Lives Matter owners are buying houses up in the white neighborhood, and they're not even paying out the dead bodies that they make money on. And they dang sure ain't paying for these kids. I just, ladies and gentlemen, we living in the twilight zone, man. We living in the twilight zone. This should wake up everybody in America after you watch this video. We don't even hear their names. Babies. Black and brown bodies. And you know who picking these babies up from? Let's see, where's they pick her up from? She's in a park, face down in a car, in his yard. They picking these babies up off the ground. These white police officers that they claim, and they're not just white, but these police officers that they claim are evil, hateful, they should be dismantled. They picking these babies up in the yard. They the ones have to go home and cry to their wives and cry themselves to sleep because they see the lifeless body of these babies. I want to cuss, man. I want to cuss. Screw these people, man. Screw these people. I remember seeing dead kids. That stuff don't sit right. Holding a dead baby, a 3-year-old, mama beat him in the head. I had a 3-year-old at home. I wanted to cry in the hospital. Seeing that baby take his last breath. Everybody crying in there. You know who ain't crying? Black Lives Matter, because they don't know that these kids are losing their lives. They don't care. But your local police officers, they were there. They were there for her. They were there notifying her family. They know her. They know him. They know him. They know these kids. They see them. They see them get put in a body bag. I can't stand these people, man. That's why I fight so hard for law enforcement. People don't understand what they go through. Imagine going and telling this little girl family, you know what? I'm sorry. That lifeless body there is your kid ain't never coming home. Look at this beautiful young man. I got a 10-year-old. He ain't never coming home. I'm sorry. We found him. He was riding his scooter down the road. He ain't never coming home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you got to watch the family break in front of your eyes. LeBron ain't doing that. These activists ain't doing that. Black Lives Matter ain't doing it. Watching the family break down in front of your eyes. The pain that police officers drag home every day. I still got damaged from being a police officer. And I was a police officer 6.5 years. Imagine people doing it for 20 and 30 years. I still see the image of these people that I've seen die. Some of y'all go to Chick-fil-A at Oracle in Limberlost, and that was your first date. I see a kid that was going 80 miles per hour that hit a light pole and was in the trunk of the car. Broken into pieces. That's what I see at Limberlost and Oracle. At Grand and I-10 was your first job, just turning the corner, getting off on the freeway. I see a man that got killed by a drunk driver. I took his pulse. Watched him die. Crushed in the car. Pulled his billfold out, see his family. Had him in a body bag on the side of the road. Knowing that his family don't know that their daddy ain't never coming home because some fool want to get drunk. That's what I see at Grant and the freeway. Grant and I-10 in Tucson. We can keep going. I can never go I-10 eastbound without remembering the man that got ran over by 3 cars all over the freeway. Or in the village, the dude gets shot in the head and his blood is all over my body, all soaked into my shoes. But then you talk bad about police officers and you act like they're out here just killing people for no reason. But you don't know that part of police officers. They don't know that part. They don't know the struggle that you go through. They don't know the nightmares you have. They don't know the suspicion that you always have for the rest of your doggone life. I can't go to sleep without my AR next to my bed. I can't. I'm always paranoid. And I'm not asking nobody to feel sorry for me because I'm a grown man. But then police do this every day. They go see these babies every day. And then they get ridiculed, demonized. They're evil when they do this all day long, all year. Then they get into a shooting and people, their whole career is gone. You know what I mean? People I've saved. I wasn't even a cop for 6.5 years. 6.5, that's it. And I saved, I can't count on my hands how many people's lives I saved. How many gunshot victims, patching their wounds up in the middle of Stone and Fort Lowe, right across from the QT, in the middle of the street, the dude begging me and Jake, please don't let me die. Hoping to God that we patching him up and he gonna live because we telling him he gonna be all right, but we don't know if he's gonna live. Thank God he lived. Come on, man. That's why you better respect them police officers out there. Tell them thank you for your service. They out here grinding, man. They out here seeing stuff that you can't unsee. Taking on burdens that people can't bear. I used to go to calls and I used to take everybody's burdens and put them on myself and tell them everything's going to be okay. Tell them that you're going to make it through this. And I go home with all that burden on me. Go home crying. I don't have a life. Go home broken on the inside. But I'm giving them hope. And I go home without hope. And I know officers, sometimes they want to kill themselves. I thought about it. I plenty of times I thought about it. Go to work and put all that I got into other people and I come home empty. If it wasn't for the grace of God, I'd be dead because I wouldn't have nothing. Watching people in their worst moment every day, 10, 12, 13 hours a day, every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Seeing people at their worst. See a woman beat up so bad, both her eyes bleeding. Having a lady have to tell you in detail what that man did to her in that room. With a knife. Thank God he spent the rest of his life in prison. Going into a house with a kid that was 19 years old. She looked like she about 10 because she hadn't eaten. She hadn't eaten a good meal in 2 years. Her parents had her and her sisters locked in a house for 2 years where they couldn't even see each other. They didn't go outside for 2 years. They put masks over their head when they go to the restroom. He had music blaring 24 hours, 7 days a week so they couldn't communicate. Thank God we took that call and rescued them girls. And I wanted to beat his, you know what, but I didn't. He faked the seizure. He spit on my uniform. I wanted to choke him lifeless for what he did to them kids. That's just Brandon Tatum. You know how many cops out here? And I'm not saying this for no pity party because we built for this stuff. But I'm just telling you, you need to know what's going on. You need to know why a cop may be short with you one day. After we put the guy on the gurney that bled out brain matter all over my face, on my uniform, soaked into my shoes. I had to go home and change my clothes. I had to come back to work, and I took a call for service from an elderly lady that had a burglary call that was 10 hours old. I was zoned out. I couldn't believe what I just saw. And she's telling me what people stealing from my house. I don't even remember what she was saying. I'm writing down. It probably was scribble. She probably was wondering, what's wrong with this guy? She had no idea I just saw that. She had no idea I just rescued a guy that got shot in the head with a third of his brain gone. On a gurney, running down the street because we couldn't get his whole body on the gurney. He only had his top part and his legs. We holding his legs, running a half a block because firefighters can't come to the scene unless you make it safe and cuddly. No offense to them because they don't have no guns or no body armor. So we gotta respect that. But we had to run a half a block with this man, 270-pound man. Only by the grace of God I could get that man from the ground to the gurney with a dog leash. Had to use a dog leash because you couldn't grab him. He was so bloody. Yeah, I got stories. 6.5 years. Imagine 20 years. Imagine 30 years. Imagine somebody working in Chicago on the South Side where they see all these kids. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, man. I think people need to know about this stuff. Know about it. Don't believe me. Go for your request. Go for your request the cases and read the police report where they talk about what they did and how they found these kids. Go read the report for yourself. Don't believe Brandon Tatum. Don't believe me on the stuff I'm talking about. Go to Tucson Police Department and for your request all of my calls. Just do the major ones. Classified 0101. I forget the classifications now. Just get the major ones. Get Sophia Richter. Go look up the Sophia Richter case and get Brandon Tatum's case report and get the detectives and everybody. Read all that stuff what happened to them little girls that they did to them. I forget the other guy's name with the drug deal gone bad in the village, but go look up Brandon Tatum's case reports and see the stuff that I seen, that I had to document. Anyway, that's why I support police officers the way I do. This live stream wasn't supposed to be about that, but that's why I support them. That's why when I look at people criticize police officers and they just doing their job, that's why it bothers me, man. It bothers me. And people need to show cops more respect. These people, I mean, what the stuff that you got to go through to be a cop is just, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. The training ain't easy. Becoming a cop is not easy. I'm surprised bad cops make it that far. You got to be dedicated to go through all that just to be a bad cop. I mean, you got to be insane. You got to be insane, man. And if people only knew what police officers went through on a day-to-day basis, if they only knew, they would cry themselves to sleep every night and feel horrible inside that they criticize police the way they do. People see one interaction with police and, this cop is – that cop probably saved 35 people before he got into that altercation. You know, screw these people, man. I wish I was the president. Police officers be living a life if I was the president. And the bad ones would go to jail. If you intentionally murder somebody as a police officer, you'll get the death penalty if I was the president. If it's an accident, then okay, it's an accident. You may have to go to jail depending on what you did, but you ain't finna just shoot somebody in the back and hide a taser on them and you're getting death penalty. Therefore, these clowns will be out of there, and the good men and women will be supported and treated properly and respected. Now let me grab some of these super chats, and I'm sorry if I missed your super chat. I was on a roll. Let me get some of these super chats. We're gonna go down the list, and I'm sorry if I missed it. Can you make a video, edited the mainstream media videos of Columbus videos side by side to the actual footage? It will go viral, just like the 60 Minute did with Governor DeSantis. The more breakdown, yep, I'll do that. That's a bet. Let's see. So much respect for all the truth you're speaking. God bless you. I appreciate it. Dean, thanks so much for the super chat. Let's see. Truthatron, 5,000. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Tim, thank you for joining the Tatum Squad. There's a bunch of people joining the Tatum Squad right up front, which I incredibly appreciate. And make sure while y'all on here, if y'all want to support what I do, you want to support the Tatum Report. That's my news channel where we go on and we get all the news we can. We got writers that we hire, the people. We hire people. You know what I'm saying? We not. You ain't got to be holier than thou as a writer. We hire people that are moms, that are students, people that are inspired to write and want to do the right thing. We hire people like that. They write for the Tatum Report. And if you want to support the Tatum Report, there's a donation button right here. You click donate. You pick whatever amount. You can pick whatever amount you want. If you don't have $5, you can go here and put $1 in there. But go and consider it if you haven't already. Consider donating and supporting the Tatum Report. And let me just say this real quick, because I think people should know this, and I'm gonna get back to the super chats. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, man. Like, I build these things on my own. I build this stuff on my own. And obviously I have a team, but the burden is on me. You know what I'm saying? If this thing don't survive, the writers that we have, the people that do the people that I hire, that I employ, if it's on me. So if you want to contribute and you want to help, it'd be greatly appreciated. And the thing is that I believe in helping and supporting other people. That's why I hire so many people. That's why I pay people and I support them. I give jobs with the Tatum Report. I give people opportunities. You can imagine the people that we've hired lately is some of the most incredible people with the incredible stories, humble, and they write for us on the Tatum Report. I have people so great that some people that work for me, they won't even take money from me. They won't even take. I can't even invoice them. They won't even take pay. I have 2 people like that. They've done tremendous work for me, and they won't even let me pay them for it. Incredible blessing, man. And that person is blessing me. I'm trying my best to create something that give you the news media, so you don't have to try to search around and find stuff and all this fake news. We're trying to give you the real scoop, man. We're trying to give you the real scoop. And this was a tremendous story too, this young lady, this whole COVID BS. We're trying to give you the scoop, man. You get what I'm saying? So if you feel up to it, we would love your support. Anyway, back to the broadcast at hand. Even if it's $1, it'll go a long way. Let's see. Dean, thank you so much. Jennifer, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Vicky, thank you so much for joining the Tatum Squad. Let's see. Layla, you're speaking facts. I interned at a coroner's office for a few months. My first body was a 4-month-old baby. He haunts me to this day. Weed in his system and pillow fell on his face. Disgusting. I know these people are disgusting. Killing their own babies. And, I get it, man, but it's crazy. I wish there was a way for the whole country to see your stream. They need it. I agree, too. If y'all keep supporting the channel and sharing the videos and liking them, hit the like button, the whole world will end up seeing it. Tatum, get an attorney to go after BLM over the $398 billion back to black families, back to the neighborhood. Nobody knows community better than the black families who live there. Demand, it's your money. I know people should be able to file a class action lawsuit for sure. Let's see. What's up from Mesa? I know some people don't deserve attention, but did you see Liberal Lucas video last week about cops not needing guns for every traffic stop? ? He mentioned he applied to be a cop to catch corrupt cops. That dude is a clown, man. That dude, Amazing Lucas, is a complete nut. If you gonna go to the academy, get pepper sprayed and all this to catch bad cops, Negro, you gonna catch one cop in your whole career. Just dumb. Cops don't need guns. I don't know what he said, but if anybody say cops don't need guns on traffic stops, their brain is gone. They're a lost cause. You don't need a gun at a traffic stop? What do you even talk? You have no idea what cops do. You have no idea. Let's see. Maria, thank you so much for the super chat. Boom, thank you so much for the super chat. Jose, thank you for joining the Tatum Squad. Harry, thank you so much for joining the Tatum Squad. Man, y'all joining the Tatum Squad, and I love it. Come on to the Tatum Squad. Be a part of the team. Jason, thank you so much for the super chat. Rick, Please look into level 4 bio lab moving to Manhattan, Kansas from Plum Island, New York. Dead smack in the middle of our corn beef belt. This is dangerous. Yeah, I'll look into it. Send me some stuff on Connect at D. Officer Tatum. Send me some stuff. I heard what you were saying, but you can't tell us respect police when we have bad officers seen on the media. Respect goes both ways. I can't trust the police in my hood. It's rough out there. Okay, well, let's not trust black people either. Let's not trust black people then. You know how many Negroes out here killing people and doing crime, just like the one who killed Jaslyn. Okay, let's not trust black people then. No, let's not trust them. You got black people. What black people? What cops on TV doing something wrong? There's a few, but the one, Breonna Taylor, the cops did nothing wrong. Michael Brown, the cops did nothing wrong. Philando Castile, it's iffy, but it can go both ways. You still can't just say the cop was doing something wrong. Stop living the bad life. It makes me mad when I hear people say that. How can I respect cops when I see them on TV? You respect other black people. When you see them on TV cutting up, do you not? Do you go around saying, man, I ain't fooling with black people, man? Look, Jaslyn, I just showed you 18 kids this year that have been murdered by other black people. 16 of those were black kids. Oh, don't trust black people then. Okay, then we reading the same sheet of music then. But that don't make sense. Treat each person. It's funny because there's 40,000 police officers in California. 40,000 police officers in California. That's just LA County. 40,000. I believe they have like 40,000 commissioned police officers. And you see 3 police officers doing something wrong. 40,000 in one state. I can't trust them. Well, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should look at you and look at the people they see on TV cutting up that look like you, whether you black or white, and they should say they shouldn't trust you. It doesn't make any sense, man. It's counterproductive. They bad out here in the hood. If cops in your hood, that means there's some Negroes in your hood doing bad too. Do you trust them? If you don't, then okay, you got a fair argument. But if you walking around trusting black folks, but you don't trust the cops in the same hood, then okay. Aaron, I really appreciate what you stand for, Mr. Tatum. Thank you for advancing the kingdom of heaven. Thank you. I appreciate it, Aaron. Let's see, Jennifer, thank you so much. LG, thank you so much. Let's see, Chubby, thank you so much for everything that you do. I appreciate it, man. Martina, thank you for joining the Tatum squad. Thank you. Let's see. Ribera, thank you so much. Shar, thank you so much. Scott, why is nobody talking about the grown man kicking the girl on the ground as excessive force? 100%. Because black people can't do no wrong as soon as somebody die. Then everybody's absolved. You could have raped somebody and nobody. You could have raped 45 people, and because the cop killed you, you somehow a god now. That dude kicked that girl in the head, probably gave her a concussion for sure, and they not even they kicked in the head. Look, he shot her. They omit the knife. I'm gonna show that video. Somebody gave me a great idea for a video. After this live stream, I'm gonna put the video and I'm gonna put it out tomorrow. I'm gonna show the lamestream media and I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison on how they so fake and fraudulent and evil. You better share it though. Since you wanted me to make it, you better share it. Let's see. Dude, kick that girl in the doggone head. I was a paramedic in a ghetto in Los Angeles. I know how hard your job is. I have a lot of friends who left EMT for the law enforcement career, and I hear from their lives with all this chaos going on. And I fear for their lives with all this chaos going on, 100%. Jay, thanks so much for joining the Tatum Squad. Let's see, Tori. Kamala Harris is connecting the open society, and it's no longer a secret. It came out her own mouth. Yeah, she's a nut. I've been an ER trauma registered nurse for over 20 years. See it all, but nothing compares to watching a young man jump 9 stories from a parking garage and land in front of me. All of the officers knew me. Let's see. All the officers knew me. Come on, folks. We'll never know. Some folks will never know. Common folks will never know. 100%. Deborah, thank you. I never seen anybody jump off nothing like that, but I saw a girl on the 11th floor. She was high, A bad police officer instigated a situation with her. She goes and climbs over the balcony on the 11th floor of the Tucson house. Google the Tucson house in Tucson, Arizona, off of Oracle Road, and I forget that one street. Oracle Road. I can't think of the street. She's on 11th floor of Tucson house. She's swinging and dangling from the balcony. She's hanging off like this. I mean, I was shaking after we ended up rescuing her. Obviously, I went up to one of the rooms. She was delusional and thought that one of those rooms, her apartment, she went into it. We tackled her to the ground and saved her. When we got out and did the debriefing, I was shaking from the adrenaline of thinking about her falling from 11 stories and hitting the ground. We can't just walk away and act like we didn't see it. That's trauma, man. I would dread the day of seeing somebody hit the ground from that high in the sky. Anyway, let's see. Leo, thanks so much for the super chat. Joyless Bear says, why don't the officer shoot the gun in the air? Does she know about physics? What goes up comes down, please. These people are just dumb. They live on dummy. Oh, Darren, thanks so much for the $300 super chat, man. I appreciate it, man. That's a blessing. Darren, come have a beer with me, man. I don't really drink beer. I'll drink a whiskey with you. If you in Arizona, man, link up with your boy. If you in Arizona, we go smoke a cigar or something together. Let's see. Going back to my last super chat, my friend thought I was a sellout for listening to you, but like I said, it really opened their eyes in the end. The first step to getting people to listen, it'll come 100%. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's what happened. That's how you build it. Is y'all just share it with your friends, even though they mad at you. Share it anyway. And by I'm drinking a little whiskey. I like to drink a little bit of whiskey every now and then. Yesterday was my birthday, so I deserve to have a birthday weekend. This is the best whiskey on planet Earth, and I need to be a spokesperson for them so I can make some money off advertising for them. But the best whiskey I've ever had. I don't even, whiskey is like, some people don't like whiskey because it's too harsh. This right here is like candy. It's expensive, but it's like candy. It says, going back to my last super chat. Yeah, thank you so much. K. Riley, I thought it said R. Kelly. It was playing on my eyes. Thank you so much for joining the Tatum Squad. Let's see, Scott, thank you for the $50 super chat. Thanks. You are only person that points it out. God bless. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm popular for just telling the truth. It's mind blowing. Let's see. Let's see. Feeling you for years. Law enforcement family, keep up the good work. Maybe one day folks will wake up. I hope to God they wake up, because they sleepwalking right now. Just got off my patrol shift, been on almost 20 years. Your channel is a breath of fresh air. The things that the media has portrayed just aren't true. I wish they could see the true day-to-day patrol work each cop does. Good work. Man, I know, man. I just wish I could. I wish I can give every cop a raise in the country. All the good cops. Give them a raise, give them a hug, pay off their house. Like, I wish we can do random acts of kindness for cops around the country. Just pay off their student loan debts. Like, I wish it was things that we could do for cops, man. I really want to bless them. It feel overwhelming because there's so many cops, and it's like, it's just one me, So, Harry, thanks so much for the super chat. Let's see. You are a legend, Tatum. No, I don't know about all that. Let's see. Keep up the great work, Chris. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see. Please tell me what else I can do to help. Just share the videos, share it with your family, support, Tatum Report. Share the content you see on Tatum Report if you can. I don't know. Just tell your friends about the channel, whatever. Let's see. Denari. Let's see. I'm talking about in my hood. I'm from Boston, and I'm black. I don't trust mad black people since I have my friend group. I do trust cops, just not in my hood for right now, but I really just want racial equality, man. We are all equal. Listen, thank you, Denari. I really want to humanize you right now, because I don't want you to think that I'm looking at you like you just like a scumbag or something. I want to encourage you that equality is here. Equality isn't in the acts of another person. Equality is right here. Once you believe that you're equal, once you start walking in it, you begin to prosper. I'm telling you, like there's nothing that anybody can stop you from doing if you put your mind to it. There's not a white man, there's not a black man. When you start believing something, when you start walking in your purpose, when you start applying the things that I try to tell people, God will send you great people. God will send you great friends. God will get you involved in what you need. Like that's why I have a shirt that I have on my store and it's sell. I think it's probably sold out now. It's sell out every time I put it up there because people love the message. It's called Christ privilege. If you're a Christian, you're a believer, and if you're not a believer, you need to become a believer. Get some power in you. If you believe in Christ, there's no such thing as inequality. There's equality in Christ. There's nothing that can go on in your life. Let me tell you something. Ricky Williams, I almost want to play that clip from Vlad TV. Ricky Williams was in an interview. A lady stole $7 million from him. She went to prison, but she stole $7 million. And of course they wanted restitution. She couldn't pay it back. He said something that's the most powerful thing that I've heard in a while. That's why I love Ricky Williams. I almost want to interview him on my show. But Ricky Williams said, life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. Remember that. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. All of your trials and tribulations is for your good. Even if it looks bad, even if it sounds daunting, it's for your good. Perceived discrimination is for your good. Because what does it do if you don't punk out and walk in the corner and cry like a baby? It makes you stronger. It makes you work harder. It makes you value the things that has been given to you. It makes you a better person when you have to fight adversity. If somebody handed you on a silver platter and they just gave you everything you wanted and you didn't have to struggle, you didn't have to fight, you didn't have to persevere, you didn't have to find the best in who you are, you wouldn't be as good. You'll be lame. You'll be just like everybody else, status quo type person. You fight for something. It means more to you when you got to fight for it. It means more to you when you got to accomplish it. It means more to me now that I'm successful when I started from the bottom. If I started at the top, I don't know what the climb looked like. Let's do this. Let's do this. You're climbing Mount Everest. The strength that you build climbing Mount Everest is going to last you for the rest of your life. The cardiovascular endurance that you get, the muscle development and growth that you get climbing Mount Everest, training for Mount Everest. You get to the top, you see the top, but the path that you have gone through have made you better than a man flying in a helicopter and dropping right on the top. He saw the same view, but he don't appreciate the view like you do because you had to work for it. You had to grind for it. You had to cry. You had to believe when nobody else believed. You had to see it when nobody else saw it. That's why you keep it, you get it, and you never lose it. But some people want it to be handed to them. Some people want you to just give it to me. I deserve this. Let me work for it. Just get out my way and let me work for it. Let me grind for it. I'm okay with you discriminating against me because you're going to work for me one day. This is what my daddy used to say. White people used to treat him bad on the job when he first got on. He said, that's fine. That's fine. You better watch how you treat me because you're going to work for me one day. What do you know? My daddy is the top of the food chain at the fire department. And whoever treated him wrong was eating lemons because they had to work for my daddy. And my dad said, no, I ain't going to treat you wrong. I'm going to treat you with respect. I'm going to show you how you should have treated me. That's what a man does. That's what character is. We need more young men to start making it happen instead of making excuses. I got a tattoo on my arm right here. 5th grade teacher, Miss Moss. You got to write this right here 50 times if you make an excuse. Every excuse is 50 times. Handwrite it 50 times. 5th grade teacher, Miss Moss. I'll never forget Miss Moss. The quote says, excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness, and those who use them seldom amount to anything. Let me say it again for somebody in the back that wasn't listening. Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness, and those who use them seldom amount to anything. third time is a charm. Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness, and those who use them seldom amount to anything. I need to put that on a shirt. This has been a tattoo on my arm since I was young. When I was 5th grade, I wrote it 50 times one time. My hand hurt so bad I never made another excuse. Remember what I said. Don't make excuses. Make it happen. Ain't nobody want to hear nothing about no redlining and segregation and discrimination. I don't want to hear nothing. Wake up. Everybody got 24 hours in one day. You get your up and you look that man in the mirror. When you get the boogers out your eyes, you look him in the mirror and you say, I'm going to be successful today. I'm going to outwork everybody that I run into today in my profession, whatever you want to say. I'm going to be a great father today. I'm going to be a better father than I was yesterday. I'm going to be a better leader than I was yesterday. I'm not going to let nothing hold me back. If God is with me, who can be against me? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I listen to affirmations at night. I need to get back to listen to it. I used to smoke my cigar and walk around my backyard and listen to my affirmations. And it was about money. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be the wealthiest person y'all know, so I could change the world. You need money to change the world. I could change it through my voice, but how good would it be that if I can pay for half of y'all to go to school and get an education where you want to go, pay off your student loan debt, help you with your house, your mortgage, have something to help people. Pay for the groceries, something. Do a back to school drive. Pay for all these kids get backpacks and school clothes. And, you got to have money to do that stuff. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself I can do it. Tell yourself I'm going to make it. The moment you say die is when it's over. Tell yourself that you are worthy. Tell yourself that you are good enough. Tell yourself that you're not oppressed, that you're a child of God, that you're a winner. You win. No matter what your circumstance is, you win. I want to be so great that my legacy, that the shadow of my legacy is generations to come. You start by not making excuses. Don't make an excuse. Don't make an excuse. Forget all that oppression stuff. That's for the weak-minded. Black people fought in the Civil War when they didn't even have rights. They still fought. They didn't even make an excuse. They fought for their freedoms when they didn't have no freedoms. They weren't treated fairly, but they still fought. They still died for this country when the country didn't even love them like they should have. Where have we gone? What are we doing? Where is the power in the man? Where? What happened to us? We used to be so strong. We used to be so committed. We used to have so much integrity. We used to love God. We used to marry women, take care of our kids. Where have we gone? We used to stand up for ourselves. We used to do it with integrity. We never wanted handouts. All we wanted to do is get out of our way. We never begged. We fought to gain value. I don't need you to look at me and automatically think I'm worth something. I'm gonna show you. Now lately, I've been getting away from my word because I normally travel and I dress up when I travel. Why, Mr. Tatum? Because I'm gonna show you through your first impression of me that I am a successful person who's credible. I'm going to show you through first impressions. I have something to prove. I want to prove to you that I'm just as worthy as anybody on this plane. I'm as successful and I am as professional as anybody riding on a plane. I used to sit in the back of the plane and wear my blazer. And I used to always walk past first class and be like, one day I'm going to sit in first class. One day I'm going to sit in first class. Man, these people must be really rich in the first class. But I want to dress because I want to feel like I'm first class. I'm first class. I got my blazer on. Yeah, one day I'll sit in the front. I used to sit in the back. Then I started sitting right behind first class. One day I'm going to sit in first class. One day I'm going to sit in first class. Wear my little thing. Yep. I'm pretty much in first class. And now I only fly first class. And people may say, oh, no, you didn't. No. People pay me to speak. They got to pay for me to fly first class. Why? Because that's my value. That's who I am. That's my value. I get on the plane and get off the plane. I don't wait. I don't wait no more. You got to know what you work. I don't wait no more. I don't wait in the airport. I don't wait in the airport. That's how I see myself. I'm not waiting in the airport. I go through, I pay for my clear. If y'all see that little clear in the airport, that's the best investment I ever made in my life. I go straight to the front, I scan my eyes, I walk through. I pay for TSA because I don't want to take my shoes off. I don't want to do none of that. I go straight through. If you pay me to speak, you fly me first class. If I'm gonna leave my wife and my baby, you gotta fly. I gotta get on and off. I don't wait. I don't wait in line at the airport. I go right up. If it's a line that's real long, I go straight to the front. I show them I'm priority. They say, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Hold on a second, sir. Come through." I get on the plane and then I get off the plane. And some people may not understand this. Some of y'all get it. I dream about being in first class, whatever. And then one day I'm on my own jet. And then I've flown on a private jet. I didn't pay for it, but I've flown on a private jet. It was scary, but it was cool. I just pulled my car up to the plane. And I said, I'm going to own one of these one day. Somebody was nice enough to let me fly in their jet. I said, I'm going to own one of these one day. Me and the wife, we get out the car, get on it like I own it. I was imagining that was my plane, that it was my hangar. Now, some people may not care about that. Maybe you imagining that you can get a brand new bicycle or something. But I'm saying these things because there's some people out here that are dreamers. You dream, you visualize. I see myself as somebody important. I do. And it ain't about nobody else. I don't care about who else is in first class or whatever. It's me. It's the way I feel. It's the way I feel. I like to feel like I'm important. I do. For me, not for nobody else. Nobody needs to know what I'm doing. But I know there's people out here that have that, but you're afraid to embrace that. Don't be afraid to embrace what you got to do, man. Set the standard, set the tempo for who you are, and people will respect you that way. People respect me. Mr. Tatum, I like the way they treat me when I'm in first class, when I have my little cute, Mr. Tatum, thank you, Mr. Tatum. Would you like something to drink? I like that. Yes, ma'am. I always say yes, ma'am, yes, sir. No matter how successful I am, no matter where I fly, where I'm sitting at, and I'm not too good to sit in the back of the plane. I sat in the back of the plane. I had a first class ticket, and a young man was taller than me. He was like 6'5", and he couldn't fit in the regular seat. And I gave up my seat to sit in his seat, and I switched him. And I had a first class flight. His seat wasn't first class. I switched him. And while I was there, the plane was overloaded in the front. And they go, does anybody want to volunteer to go sit in the back of the plane so we can balance it out? Nobody raised their hands. Nobody. I didn't gave up my first class seat, which is fine with me, because I'd rather help him than sit first class. And then nobody wanted to get up and volunteer to go to the back of the plane. I said, ma'am, and that's not it. I put people's luggage away, and I wouldn't sit in the very back The last seat, I was in the back seat, and the people who flew me out paid for my first class flight. I sat in the back. I'm not too successful to bend over backwards to help people. And then, you know, she let me get off the plane first because I went all the way to the back. When I get off on the plane, when I see women that put their stuff up there, I take their bags down for them. I take the bag down. Ma'am, this is your bag. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Even though I'm sitting in first class, they say, sir, would you like a, yes, ma'am. I would like the orange juice with no ice. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. My pleasure. Thank you. Respectful. When my wife took me to a steakhouse dinner last night for my birthday. Was it last night? I don't even remember. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. May we have this? May we have that? Somebody getting what I'm saying. Believe in yourself. I came from nothing, man. Nothing. I believed in myself. People beat me up all the day long. I still talk on this YouTube channel. I knew nothing about e-commerce. I made me an online store by myself. You know, and my online news site. I've never ran a news site before, but I'm working it. I hired some great staff, and we gonna work it. We gonna build it. The energy drink that I made. I have a business partner, one of the greatest men I know. Energy drink. Brandon, why should you do an energy drink? No, I believe in it. We make the best energy drink out there. And as soon as it get launched, I'm gonna let y'all know y'all can get some. Y'all can cop it. And if you live in Phoenix, we're gonna have a big launch party. But I believe in myself. I want to be great. And I want to sell that company for billions of dollars. And then I can help everybody in the world. Not the world. I'm gonna start with America. I mean, I know there's people in Africa, but I don't live in Africa. I want to be able to go back to Dunbar High School where I went to school at, and I want to say, I want to pay for college for everybody graduated to go to college. I'm going to pay for all y'all's college. The first year. I do first year. That'd be easy. Everybody that graduated from Dunbar High School, I'll pay your first year of college. Like, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to, like, you know, some kid that mom and them just ain't got the money, but he want to be a pilot. I want to be able to sponsor that kid to help him go to aviation school. Where it don't bother me. Like I don't have to look at my bank account. I'll be like, oh no, here, send him the check. He send him to aviation school. Don't tell him who I am. He don't need to know it's me. You know what? Do you guys know why I want to do that? Because somebody did that for me. A white man. And I know race ain't a thing, but a white man did that for me. In the world of racism. That man helped us out when my baby wasn't even born yet. And then he paid for my son. My son was 3 years old. He was 3 years old. He paid for my son to go to whatever college you want to go to. I didn't have no money. Now, my son probably get a scholarship, but he paid for my son to go to school. Why? Why would you do that for me? I want to return the favor. I want to help. I want when a police officer gets killed in line of duty, I want to be able to say, okay, send all his kids to school. We'll pay for all his kids to go to school, and we'll put them in private school for until they're 18 or whatever. Like I want to have the money to be able to do that for people. You know, when you got candidates running for office, I say, okay, I want these people to win. I'm going to donate $10 million to all of these campaigns so that these people can win office and we can have conservatives in office. I'm going to donate millions of dollars to all these campaigns around the country, like Soros does for these devils. That's what I want to do. Some people may not want to do that. But I believe in it. Y'all keep watching this YouTube channel. One day, I'm going to be making YouTube videos. Y'all going to be like, boy, why are you even making YouTube videos still? I'm going to be a billionaire making YouTube videos. Just telling the truth. Because that's what God put on my heart. You know, it ain't about the money. You know, it's not about the money. It's about doing what's right. And that's why God has elevated me. because I've been doing the same thing when I was a cop making $50,000 a year, doing overtime, nights and weekends, night differential pay, special assignment pay, and working off duty. And I cleared 55, was my biggest year. 58 or 55,000. But I put my heart into that job. I put my heart into that job. And I bought a house, and I could barely make my payments. I had to trust God to make. My first check went to my mortgage. My second check was all my bills and my car note and child support. But they pulled child support out. I was broke, man. They made me pay out when I was making it, I made me pay all kind of money in child support. I'm like, I don't have no money left. Like, I got a house. They didn't care. They just took it out of my check every month. I never complained. I complained to myself, but I didn't. I said, all right, God, make a way. I work off duty. I had a house. I was barely making checks. Sometimes I didn't pay stuff because I didn't have no money in my bank account. I had to wait till I get another check to pay that bill because I didn't have enough this check. Check to check to check. 6.5 years. And I still didn't make that much money until after that. After that, when I started making investments and I started building businesses, I started, owning companies and stuff like that. And that's when I finally started making a little bit of money. But I started from humble beginnings. My credit score was a 500, 520. I didn't even know what credit was. Now I have over 800 credit score. My credit score was 500 something. I remember going to the dealership and buying a car, and I didn't have no money put down. I didn't have no money put down. I didn't have no money put down. I went and bought the car. No. I traded my car in because my dad bought me a car, a Grand Marquis. I never forget. I think that car was like $7,000 car. Grand Marquis, 1999 Grand Marquis, had 40,000 miles on it. This was in 2005. It was a 99. And I traded that one in when I was a cop to get a decent car. It was a 2008 Chevy Malibu. So this was 2011. I was driving a 2008 Chevy Malibu. I traded my car in. They gave me $2,000 for the car. I put $2,000 in on the car. My interest rate was like 14%. 14%. I didn't know. They said, your credit score is 520 or something. I said, is that good? Is that a good credit score? Like, what does that mean? Like 520? I thought 520 was like in the middle. They said, no. It's a horrible credit score. And I had to build my credit to 650 to get my house. So I built my credit to 650. 620 was all I needed to get the house, I think. So I had 650 credit score. Had a charge off on my account. I'm keeping it real. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I had a charge off on my account. That was on my credit for 7 years, but I kept chipping away. I kept making right decisions. 7 years, 8 years of paying stuff on time, and then 7 years that charge off fell off my credit, which made my credit spike a lot. Then I know some tricks on the credit, especially when you get married. I could tell y'all, you can become an authorized user, which is not bad. You can be an authorized user on an account that's got a lot of long time on it. Like my wife, she had 18 years or something on one of her credit cards. So I became an authorized user, and that goes on my credit. So 18 years worth of credit history bumped me over 800. My wife's credit score is way over 800. But I didn't make excuses because I didn't get a good loan. I had a 500 credit score. And it was, my mama kind of messed me up a little bit. She ain't know no better. She kind of messed me up, missed a couple payments on my car note. But I didn't make no excuses. I built my credit to 800. And now I could walk in anywhere, say, here, drop that credit. I used to be worried like, dang, am I going to get this? Oh, man, your credit score too bad. Dang. I could go to a used car lot. They wouldn't give me nothing. My credit score was so bad. Now I go anywhere. Run the credit, baby. Run the credit. What my credit looking like? Oh, 800? Okay. I can get anything up in here. I can finance no interest if I wanted to. 0% interest for the first whatever. That's all I'm saying. So instead of making excuses, make it happen. Dream big. If you're not dreaming big, if your dreams don't scare you, you ain't dreaming enough. And if you're not a dreamer, don't dream. But for the 8,200 people that's still here watching, somebody listening to me, dream big. Dream big. And it's not all about money, but like, I really want to live a life I never lived before. I really want that. I grew up around people who ain't have nothing. We didn't really have nothing. We didn't have that much growing up compared to the stuff I see now. You know, one of my friends got a house that's like 12,000 square feet. I'm like, God dang, like 12-car garage. I'm like, dang. How do I get to that point? Paying millions of dollars in taxes. Millions. Plural. Millions. Millions in taxes. I'm like, how do I get to that point when I'm paying millions of dollars in taxes? But like every day, you know, I just visualize success. I visualize winning. You know, I want to speak about stuff other than politics one day. I want to go and speak to young CEOs. I got a lot of stuff I want to do. I just visualize it. I dream of it. You know, I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a billionaire one day. I dream about it. I visualize. I go look at houses I can't afford right now. I don't even set when I go look at Zillow, I don't even set the money on the house. I just unlimited. And I go through and I see the houses I like and I pick them. I ain't nowhere near no $20 million house right now. But I'm looking at them. I drive by. I drive through the neighborhood. I tell you, when I got my first house, it was a 25-minute drive from work. And I used to drive to that house 25 minutes out of my way. And I used to drive in the driveway and I used to act like I was going home before I got my house, my first house. I used to drive that house, park in the driveway every day after work. And I even would walk in the backyard, walk around the backyard like it was my house. Now, that was weird because I'm surprised the neighbors didn't call police on me. But I used to go pull up every day, pull up in the driveway, pull up in there. It's my house. It's my house. All right, this is how I'm going to go to work. I'm going to drive down this road, take a turn. I'm going to work. I'm going to work right now from my brand new house. I ain't had a house. And what do you know? I got the house. When they told me they approved me for the house, I say, what? I ain't even put no money down. I approved for the USDA loan in the unincorporated area. No money down. I didn't have no wife. I used to be on the airplane acting like my wife was sitting next to me. Imagining what me and my wife was traveling to do. Now Corinne travels with me when I go places. And now that the stuff that I was visualizing became real. I have a wife. We have a baby. She travels with me whenever she wants to. And we fly on the airplane and she's really next to me like I was visualizing. So it's power in visualization. You know, it's power. I think all the time, like, what would it be like to have millions of dollars in my bank account? I don't know what that looked like, but I think about it. I'm like, oh, I got millions of dollars in my bank account. What does it look like to have a mentoring program that's the biggest mentoring program in the world? I started a nonprofit organization. One night, me and my wife was in Vegas. In the middle of the night, I started a nonprofit through LegalZoom. Started a nonprofit. You know, I'm just helping somebody outside of politics. I'm helping somebody. You know, visualize, man. Visualize your freedom. Visualize your success. Visualize your good marriage. Meditate. The Bible says meditate both day and night on the things of God. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto you. I used to I want to speak at churches. Now I think I messed my opportunity up because I'm arguing with people about the Trinity and all that stuff. But I mean, I didn't miss my opportunity. God will send me where you want to go. I spoke at a church. I spoke at my church. They let me speak on a Sunday morning. I was shocked. I was like, in my little apostolic church, they'll never let you. You had to be an ordained minister. And people were coming up to me crying, saying that God really used me in that church service to present a message. That was a dream of mine, man. I used to dream of like preaching and stuff and speaking to the world, speaking to a mass amount of people about God. That's like my favorite thing to do. It's like to encourage people to be the best version of themselves, to teach people about God, see people get baptized and see people get the Holy Spirit and see people change. I would love to see somebody get out of a wheelchair one day and just walk, just see them walk and just everybody start crying because they know it was God. I want to see it. I want to watch a kid that's mentally retarded just snap out of it. I want to see that happen, man. I want to be at a service, a church service where we're baptizing so many people that it's like we've been there all night. We baptizing people through the night. It's so many people lining up. My back hurting. I'm baptizing so many people. In Jesus' name, Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. Just baptizing people. Seeing people coming to the Lord, just breaking down, crying, just realizing their freedom. I want to see that. I want to be there. I picture myself on the mic all the time saying, God, Derek, like looking at people and me preaching and watching God use me and people are just coming to Christ and we just stopped the sermon. We ain't preaching no more. There it go. God is going to, and God give me this gift to prophesy to people stuff, these mysteries that he been telling them that I know nothing about and watching them just see God moving. And just walking away. No money. Don't pay me nothing. I don't want no money. Bless these people in here with the money. God just use me. I don't want to get paid. Pay somebody kids or something. Just let me just do it, God, for free. It's for free. When I speak around the country, and I hate to say this, but I'm being transparent. I don't charge churches to speak at churches. I don't. And I'm not telling people to do whatever you want. I don't charge churches. I say whatever you want to give me. If you want to give me something at all, that's between you and God. I don't care. If you want me to speak and I accept the speaking, I'm gonna come to church. I don't need no money. God, I don't want your money. If you want to give me money, if that's your blessing to me, I'll receive it. But I have a speaking fee for events. Like I have a speaking fee. You got to pay my speaking fee or I'm not going to speak unless it's some special occasion or something. But I have a fee. This is what I charge for my time. When I go to church, I don't know. It's the God, you save me. I owe you. This is pro bono. Not even pro bono. I owe you. But that's just me. And that's my honor to God is saying, look, I don't charge. I'm not going to charge the church to speak. If the pastor feel compelled to give me $20,000, maybe I'll do it. I'll take the money. Thank God. God has came from you because I never asked the man for nothing. But I ain't going to sit here and lie and somebody want to give me $100,000 check and I'm going to say, no. I'm going to be like, okay, God, I'll take that as a blessing from you. Yeah, somebody said I'm doing it now. I want to be in the presence. I want y'all to understand something. I'm gonna get off here. I want to be in the presence of God. Like people say that all the time, but I've been to church where I was in the presence of God. I could feel it. It was heavy. Little old bitty church, little old black church in Tucson. Whole church, they didn't even preach. Everybody was just praying and worshiping God the whole service. I remember the pastor getting up there and say, God is in this place. And everybody was just, you could feel it, man. You didn't even have to be religious, man. You could feel it. You can just feel it. And it's like the pastor would say, whatever you need, God is right. Call on the Lord. He's here. He's in this place. And I was in there crying and laying all on the pew, snot coming out my nose. Not worried about nobody but me and God. Snot. Crying. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I got up from the pew, snot running all down my face. I'm just like God has been so good to me. I can't even articulate. I can't even articulate like how it feels. I just can't. Anyway, I'm going to get up off here. Snot everywhere, just crying. Nobody judging you. Baby, get him a tissue paper. Get him a tissue paper. Just because I remember who I used to be, and I'm like, why did God really stop me and save me? Like, wait. I love you enough, man. Come on. It's like God grabbed me and hugged me and was like, come on, man. I love you, man. Love you, boy. And I'm just like, oh, thank you for saving me. Thank you for saving me from being a Black Lives Matter supporter and all that stuff, man. I was just as lost as these people are. That's why it made me so mad, because I feel like people I was tricked, and they tricking other people, and I know they tricking them. God, thank you for saving me. I mean, I don't even know where would I be if God didn't make life happen for me, not to me? Where would I be? God is just amazing, man. Religion messed God up. People don't even want to know God because of religion, man. People are religious and they be all silly. But man, when you get to know God, like on a personal level, when you in your bed late at night, you praying to God, and you crying, and or whatever you want to do, you could be laughing. I don't know. You start really getting into the face of God outside of church and stuff, like that stuff get crazy. I remember speaking in tongues. I used to speak in tongues all the time. It's just something to it, man. It's something to it. Like, I can't explain it. Like I didn't believe in speaking in tongues and stuff before I was speaking in tongues the other day when I was praying for my son. My son was having these stomach problems and stuff. And it's something to this, man. I'm not even a churchy dude like that. Like when I was filled with the Holy Spirit and I started speaking in tongues in that church, like it's still to this day, it's like, this stuff is real. Like, it's not a game. It's not a game. It's like, it's not make believe. Like, this stuff is real. Like, people really do speak in tongues and stuff, and it's real. It's real, man. It's real. It's real. That's one of the things that, like, I can never deny the Bible. I don't care what people say. Like, you can't explain that to me. You can't explain away that. You can explain away Moses. You can say Noah is whatever. You can say you can say Adam and Eve ain't real. You can say whatever you want. You can't explain to me how B. Tatum from the hood, and I say I'm from the hood, man. My parents, we lived a lot of different places. I was exposed to the hood when I was growing up. But B. Tatum from Fort Worth, tattoos on my arm. I got Young Savage on my stomach. I got tats on my legs. B. Tatum from the hood. I like to use that word. Up in the church speaking in tongues, man. I'm in there with my eyes closed. I'm like, is somebody else talking? I thought it sounded like an African man was talking out of my mouth. And I'm listening to him talk out of my mouth. And I'm like, I'm mesmerized. I'm just breathing and somebody's talking out of my mouth. I'm talking, but I'm not talking. I'm saying a whole, and I sound like an African dude. And then over time, it sound like I'm speaking Arabic. When I speak in tongues, it sound like it's Arabic, or it kind of sound like, I don't know what Arabic sound like. But then I started listening to Arabic, and I'm like, am I speaking Arabic? Like, what is this? And some people ain't gonna get it, man, but it's something to this stuff, man. Only reason I believe in the Bible like that, because the Bible does have some stuff in it where you're like, dang, somebody wrote that and that's not even in the original scripture. You know, but that speaking in tongues stuff, it's crazy. It's like the day of Pentecost isn't a mystery. Like it really happened. Peter and them was really at the day. They were really at the day of Pentecost speaking in tongues in Acts 2. Like they really, like I'm experiencing what they were experiencing. That's 2,000 years ago. People try to say this is a fake book. They try to make all kind of excuses like this is made up stuff. Like somebody make this up. And I'm speaking in tongues like this guy is doing 2,000 years ago. 2,000, this happened 2,000. The same thing happened to me in Emmanuel Grace Apostolic Church in I forget the name of the street now, Marcos Boulevard or whatever. Right there in the church. I'm like, these dudes are in another continent. I'm in Tucson. This stuff is real. I've been blown away ever since. Like somebody said maybe Arabic like Jesus spoke. Like I almost wanted to record myself speaking in tongues and then seeing if my phone could pick up what I'm saying. Now I'm telling you guys, if when I speak in tongues, I'm speaking in Arabic, do you understand the level of God that is? I can't even speak English right. If I'm speaking Arabic and I clearly don't know what I'm saying, that's why I don't do it at church, because the Bible says that you shouldn't do it at church without an interpretation. I've never seen anybody interpret tongues. So that was a fault of my church. Everybody speaking in tongues, but nobody doing interpretation. So we were all doing the wrong thing according to Paul. You're supposed to speak in your own house. Unless you speak in public, you got to have an interpreter. Or everybody don't know what's going on. We all just speak in tongues for no reason. I don't know why I feel like talking about this. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know what language I'm speaking in. I don't know. It's to me it kind of sounds like Arabic. It sounds African. I don't know. It don't even sound like, I don't even think it's a language. I think it's just God speaking through me. But anyway. Somebody said Aramaic. So somebody said, I don't think tongues is a known tongue to the naked ear. Yeah, I know. I don't think it is either. I think, let me tell y'all something real quick, and then I'm going to get off this subject because I know some of y'all ain't Christians. I believe speaking in tongues the Bible says it's a heavenly language. It's an unknown language that is not known on the earth. But what happens is when God gives you the ability to interpret tongues, you hear it in your language. You hear it in your whatever language you speak, and you can hear that person is saying jabba, 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 but you hear it clearly in Spanish or English. And how do you know that, Mr. Tatum? Because at the day of Pentecost, when they were speaking in the upper room and they were speaking in tongues, and Peter came down to the people and they said, how is this? And they were all saying, I hear every man speaking my native tongue. They didn't say I hear my tongue. He said, this person was saying, I hear everybody speaking in Spanish. And this person saying, I hear everybody speaking in Arabic. How is it that I hear everybody speaking in my native language? At the day of Pentecost, they all spoke a common language. They came together every year at the day of Pentecost, to the Feast of Pentecost. So they all spoke a common language. It's not like they couldn't talk to each other and they all spoke different language. They just came from different tribes, or they came from different places that spoke different native languages, right? So they're sitting there saying, how is it that we hear each man speaking our own tongue, our own native language? How is that possible? And so an example of that would be if you had 120 people speaking in tongues and I hear everybody in English, and I'm like, and this person is saying, I hear them in Spanish. And this person is saying, I hear them in Aramaic. And we're all confused. Like, how is it that we are hearing them all speaking our own tongue? And you know why? It's because a heavenly language is being spoken of. This is my opinion based on what I read. and God is allowing people to hear it in their language. And so when you think about it, you say, what language does God speak? God doesn't speak a language. You hear it in your language. Because if you're deaf, can God not speak to you? No, he allow you to hear things in whatever language that you are capable of acknowledging it. So if you're deaf, it's a way that God communicates to your brain what he want to tell you, and you pick it up. That's what I've seen, because I heard a girl. I mean, I don't know how true it is. You know, people be faking this stuff. People be faking tongues. They be faking all kind of stuff. But I was listening to a church where a lady was speaking in tongues, and a lady just got up and started interpreting. I've never seen that in person, but a lady got up and started interpreting, and I was like, that's like, if this is real, that's very interesting. I've never heard anybody speaking in tongues, and I can hear them, and I'm like, that person said Jesus is coming next week. Like, anyway, but I'm telling you, like, there's something to it. So if you're in this comment section and you like, somebody said if you're deaf you can still read, but I'm saying God will let you hear something. It'll match your brain. It don't have to be on a piece of paper. Like, if you're a person that don't believe in speaking in tongues, like all I would say is like, just read the book of Acts a couple times, and I think you are at least be curious enough to venture into it if you don't believe it's real. I'm here to tell you, and I won't lie. I won't lie to you. Nobody paying me to say nothing. I don't get sponsored by the Holy Spirit tongue speaking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to promote nothing to you. It happened to me, and I was like, shoot, crazy. Maybe if I pray that God give me other gifts, I believe I have the gift of prophecy too, because I prophesied 2 dreams that was 100% accurate. And I only knew they was accurate because I told the person the dream, and they go, I'm going to tell you 2 examples. The only 2 times I've knowingly prophesied. I don't know if I prophesied to somebody and I never followed up. Two times I knowingly prophesied. I'm not going to tell nobody business, but one of my friends I was living with, God showed me that he was going to move, and he showed me a whole bunch of other stuff. And I remember coming to him, I said, man, I had a weird dream last night, bro. I had a dream that you moved and you did all these things. And he was like, oh, okay. He didn't say nothing. 2 weeks later, he said, what was your dream about? And it hit me like, maybe the dream meant something. And I told him again, he didn't say nothing. A month later, exactly what I dreamed happened in real life. All the way to the person who helped him move, to him moving. Everything was exactly what the dream was. And I said, God showed me this. You knew God showed me. You didn't want to tell me because you were probably doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. Then my best friend was playing drums in the choir for the church, but he also played in a secular band. And I didn't know he played in a secular band. But God had showed me in my dream that he was playing in a secular band. And in my dream, him and I had a conversation over the phone. And I woke up, and I called him, or he called me, and he said the exact same words in real life that he did in my dream. And he disclosed to me that he was playing in a church and he was playing for a secular band. The exact same words in my dream. And of course, being a baby in Christ, I didn't know what to do when I had the dream. I didn't know what to do with it. I just knew it was there, and I felt like God was showing me, God gave me a feeling that it was something about that dream that was real. But I didn't know how to do nothing until after the fact, and I'm like, there was a prophecy. What if I'd have known what to do with this dream? Maybe I'd have knew, and I'd have been like, okay, I know God is showing me something here. It's just like my friend, like, maybe I wasn't supposed to, talk to him about it. Maybe God was just showing me, like, this, I want you to know that I got you. Like, I'm going to keep you apprised of what's going on. And if I need you to know, you're going to know it. That was crazy. That was 2 times that I prophesied. Now, I've had visions that have come true. One vision that I had that came true. It was crazy. I had a vision. I can't tell y'all what the vision is because you'll think I'm crazy. Had a vision, and a year later, 6 months later, I lived that vision that I had. And I was like, maybe God's telling me you're on the right path. So anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there for y'all. Hey, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all staying on here. All the super chats, man. I think I answered. I think I got a $200 super chat. Darren gave me that. Let's see. Darren gave me another super chat. So Darren gave me 300 and 200. So he gave me the max. Darren, come on, man. You gotta, if you in Arizona, Darren, we gotta smoke a cigar together, man. We gotta smoke a cigar together. Hit me up on and I'm not trying to, if you give me money, I'll do this. It's just Darren donating to me like this at this time really, really struck me. So Darren, if hit me up at connect@theoppositetatum.com, connect@theoppositetatum.com. Tell me it's you. Tell me that the super chat. I want to connect with you, man. I really appreciate the support, man. That's take a lot to give $500 to somebody. My first super chat, I love your BBC appearance and enjoy how quick you shut the announcer down, sir. Your message is inspiring. The BBC, if y'all haven't seen that BBC interview that I did, I guess people, it's not viral. I wish it was viral, but a lot of people are giving me feedback and saying I did a great job at the BBC. It's on my YouTube channel. So anyway, like my YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure y'all support The Officer Tatum or Tatum Report. Support Tatum Report if you can. Even if it's just going on here, clicking the links, reading them, sharing them, whatever. That's a great way to support. And also, I want you guys to support The Officer Tatum store. Let's see. Where's my store at? Merch. So, The Officer Tatum store. Support the store if you can. And it's only if you want the merch. If the merch is cool and you like it, the Jesus Lord shirt go hard. If it's cool, you like it, some of our stuff, Christ Privilege, whatever, we got a bunch of stuff. We got hats, we got masks and stuff like that. If you like it, then support us. Right here is for all the discounts we give people. Military discount. If you're in the military spouse, military children, so you just, that's not the one. I don't know how to go back from here now. Go here. Nah, it's off now. Now I got to figure out how to go back. So you go here, but once you click on it, you'll sign in. You have to put your credentials in there, and then you'll be able to get a discount. Military goes for active military veterans, and then family of military. Responder discount is for police officers, firefighters, EMT is a responders discount. Teachers, professors, grade school teachers, students. I think it's only college students that get the discount here. Commercial drivers. So if you're a truck driver, you're driving around the road, I appreciate you. Jump on here. You got to show your credentials, and then you can have a discount on my store. Senior, I don't know why a senior is 55 and older, because my dad is not a senior. My dad is 55 and older. But if you're 55 and older and you shop on my store, you can get your discount. All you got to do is go to the top of the store right here in green. Click on it. Find whatever you feel like you're a part of, a responder or whatever. Sign up, log in, and you'll get your discounts. All right. And that's just my appreciation of people that serve our community or whatever the case may be. And all this stuff, man, we ship it out within 24 hours, and it gets to you. A lot of people get their stuff the next day or get their stuff in 2 or 3 days. So we have them in the warehouse already pre-made. If you buy it today, it will ship to you tomorrow, or it'll be fulfilled tomorrow. Most of the time it's shipped within 24 hours. So I don't like the way it look on the desktop, but on the phone, my website looks a little cooler. So anyway, y'all support that if you can, if you like to. My book is coming out. Beating Black and Blue is coming out a little later this year. It's a great book, man. It's a great book. It's over. I think I got like 20,000 people that are on the email list. So if you're interested in getting the book, just go to beatingblackandblue.com. Beaten Black and Blue. Get on the email list, because as soon as we ready for pre-order, I'm gonna send a message out to y'all. And if you want the book signed, I'm only signing books from people on the list. Unless you see me in person and you want me to sign your book somehow. I'll sign your book if I see you in person. But Only the people on the list will get a signed copy. When we start for pre-order, I'm gonna send it to the list. You'll be able to pre-order, signed copy or regular copy, and then and therefore I have a number of how many people I have to sign a book for. So that's the only reason why I'm doing that list, because so I can know exactly how many books I'm gonna have to sign. It may be like 2,000 or 3,000 books. It may be like 8,000 books. The book is fire. I'm telling you. Some of the people that's on the list, if you join the list today, we give you the first chapter. Now I added to the first chapter, so you've gotten a chapter of my book, but there's more to it that I just added, because I wanted to bulk the book up a little bit. It was a little too skinny for me. So many stories that I didn't have in the book at first. That's why I extended the launch date. So. But if you get up on the list, you'll get the first chapter. The chapter is a little bit about my life, me growing up, all the intimate stuff that you may not know about me is in my book. And then I talk about police brutality in the book, defund the police in the book. I interview actual police officers that are currently police officers. My hero is in the book, Sean Payne, the man that is the reason why I became a police officer. One of the greatest cops I ever know. He's in the book. I interview some black police officers that's in the book that give the perspective from black police officers. At the very end of the book, I give solutions to what I think the problems are and how we're going to fix it. And, I may just do something with the book. I don't know how many people are going to buy it, but maybe I'll donate some of the proceeds to law enforcement or something like that. I'll try to think about it. I'm not going to just tell you that and I don't do it. I got to figure out the logistics and see what makes sense. But anyway, y'all support that if you can. I love you guys. Thank y'all for buying the merch, man. I mean, y'all really support the merch channel a lot. I mean, y'all support a lot. But we got more to come. Energy drinks is on their way. Best energy drink you've ever had. I just finished one of the samples right here. I drink them. We formulated them already, but I drink them on a day-to-day basis before we give them to y'all. And I put myself under these stressful situations and I drink it to test it and make sure that the ingredients that we know works actually works. You know what I'm saying? That in real life, not just in theory. So like the other day, I didn't sleep at all. I don't think I slept the whole day. And I took my little energy drink and I was fine. I did 6 interviews. It would have been 6 interviews. I did 5 interviews. It would have been 7 interviews, but I missed Gorka. And then we rescheduled my primetime set. But I did 5 interviews. Did one at 1 a.m. No, I did more than 5. I lost count. I did James T. Harris. I did 3 or 4 more interviews throughout the day, and I didn't even sleep the night before. I took a little bit of my energy drink, and I was good. But now a fly then flew into my whiskey. You a devil. You are a devil. The devil is a lie. A little gnat that flew in my whiskey. This is high-end whiskey, baby. Can't be flying in the whiskey. I got him out of there, so don't judge me. Did I get him out of there? Ugh. Hope I didn't swallow that bug. Anyway, let me get out here. I need to get back to my wife. Let's see. Somebody said I was on Gorka. Tucson in the house. I can't tell you the ingredients. Baby, but nobody got the ingredients we got. Nobody doing what we doing. I'm just telling you that. Nobody's doing what we're doing. Nobody's doing what we're doing. I'm telling you right now. I can make statements to say there's nobody in the industry doing what we're doing on multiple levels. That's why I'm so excited about it. But anyway, our stuff is natural. Our stuff is organic. There ain't gonna be no, ain't none of that happen to people on our stuff. We ain't got to worry about that. You be good on ours. I made sure that certified. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much. Sell whiskey and energy drinks. It's funny because I probably need to try the energy drink mixed with whiskey and see if it's a drink. It probably go better with tequila, but we'll see. We'll see. Whiskey kill gnat germs. That's funny. When the energy drink coming, I can't make a hard prediction because there's so many moving parts. I'm thinking that it's gonna, in the next few months. We're planning in the next few months. I just keep it that way. I'm really not trying to give a date because there may be some stuff that push it back. Somebody said, where's the funeral video? It's in the beginning of this live stream an hour ago. I'm gonna try to have them put chapters on here because I have a person that take notes on my videos and they know where I'm talking about what at what time. I want some cigars too, man. I'm gonna make some cigars because I smoke cigars. I don't smoke often, man. I puff it a couple times. I like cigars though, so I'm gonna probably make some cigars too. I maybe have a wine, some wine, cigars, a whiskey. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna be like Trump. Trump got everything. What about beard products? I might do a beard product. You know, I'm finally in my life, first time in my life growing a little beard out. Let's see. When are you coming out with merch for KK? Is that kids? Kids merch? All right, man, I love you guys. I'm sitting here. I'm just trying to look at some of these questions you guys answer. Tatum wine. I love wine. Me and my wife love wine. I love just whiskey. I can't drink a lot. I do 3 sips of whiskey and I'm done. Somebody said, did Jesus smoke cigars? I don't know. He drank wine. Tatum's University, Tatum Steaks. I'm not really into steaks like that, so I don't think I'll make steaks. You know, I don't think I make steaks, but like I want to make everything I like. Like the reason I make merch is because I want to wear fly conservative merch. Like I want to wear it. That's why I make it, because I want to wear merch. And I'm like, if I want to wear merch, I might as well wear my own merch. You know, I like whiskey, so if I'm gonna drink whiskey, I might as well have my own whiskey that I can make taste like I want it to taste. You know, if I'm gonna smoke cigars, I might as well smoke my own cigar. You know, if I'm gonna drink energy drinks, I might as well drink my own energy drink. If I'm gonna have gym clothes, I might as well make my own gym clothes. That's how I look at it. Like, if nobody bought it, I support my own stuff. I wear my own stuff. I mean, y'all buy it, but I wear my own stuff all the time. I don't make stuff just to make. I make stuff that I like. So I like the way this looks. So I made it. We got flags like this. You know, I'm gonna try to make some more hats and stuff. But you know, it's a lot of work, man. I'm just one person, man. I'm doing it all. I love the way the merch looks, so I wear it. Somebody said you got your own whiskey. Not yet. I'm gonna come out with my own whiskey one day. I want like my own vineyard too. Like I want my own vineyard. Tatum blunts. I ain't making blunts. Yeah, although I make a lot of money off it, I ain't making no blunts. Only thing that I do close to that is CBD. Like CBD, I want to look into CBD a little bit because it's not the THC that's in the stuff that make you high in marijuana. It's the CBD, which is pretty interesting. Like my wife bought some CBD bath bombs, and they got crystals in them and stuff like that. Some yogi person makes them. My God, I got in the bath with the CBD bath bomb, and like my whole body, I felt like I had a new body. I was like, I ain't never felt like this before. I've never felt like I had a new body. Epsom salt, none of that stuff worked like CBD bath bombs, which sounds super gay, but it's true. I love bath bombs, and my wife gave me that thing, and it was good. Tatum cologne. I do like cologne, but I don't know if I'm gonna go down the cologne path. I don't like cologne enough. You know, I bought a little cologne I smell at the thing, but I don't like cologne enough. Now I will make some supplements, you know, like protein shakes and stuff. I want to make some protein shakes and maybe I'll make some beard stuff because I like my beard. That's all I'm saying, man. Hey, don't. Somebody said Tatum keychains. I may make. We got some keychains in the works, but I'm trying to make sure it look good. I don't want it to look corny. THC is from God. Like I don't do vape and all that stuff. I don't think that. But like THC or CBD, THC is from God. CBD oil. Like CBD is kind of interesting. I really want to look into CBD because supposedly it's not the bad stuff. Tatum tea. I like tea. I drink tea. I don't really do coffee, but my wife does coffee, so maybe we can make some coffee. I would love to have a coffee shop though, where it's kind of cool vibes. See, somebody said, what do you think about the AZ audit? I ain't paying no attention to it. If stuff start happening, then I'll start paying attention. Tatum towels. Somebody said grifter. Don't get mad at me because you're not inspired to do nothing with your life. Tatum Christian School. Yep, I do want to do a school. I do. I want to have my own school. But that's why you need money to do that. So hopefully, I already got a book I wrote. So I'm just waiting for it to print and finish editing, and then we good. Tatum Rifle. Hey, there's a company that wanted to do a rifle with me, and they rifle go hard. And if they can pull the trigger and do the deal, I'll have my own brand. I'll have my own signature rifle from this company. I'm not gonna say their name until they call me back and make it happen. But it's a pretty cool rifle. They're gonna make the Tatum edition. Tatum ammo. I'm telling you, like I bought domains for all this stuff y'all talking about. I got Tatum. Somebody said Tatum condoms. Nah, man, I'll pass on that, man. I got a whole bunch of domains. Tatum ammo, Tatum firearms. I got them all. One day, I'm a big dreamer. One day, I'm gonna own all that stuff. Tatum phone cases. I used to have phone cases on my store, but then I got rid of it. Tatum University. Tatum patio furniture. Somebody said, Tatum, you ever hear of Victory Outreach? If you talking about the one in Tucson, yeah, I heard of that church. Tatum Church. I'm gonna tell y'all, this is real funny, but I already like wrote up a church in a PowerPoint presentation of my own church. I wrote it a long time ago, and I said, "God, you ever called me to make a church?" I already got the name. I need to buy the domain so that nobody steal it. But I got the name. I got the church name. I got the mission statement. I got the what we believe part done on the church. I got the vision of the church. I got a whole church on the PowerPoint presentation that I made a year ago or two. God, whenever you want me to start it, man. I got the church ready. If this is what you want me to do. Somebody said Tatum scripture. Tatum headphones. The Tatums. That'd be cool. Tatum Viagra. Come on, man. Tatum X Gucci flops. Tatum bed sheets. Tatum music group. Yeah, I can sponsor some artists. Blankets. We actually thought about doing blankets. Somebody wanted to like sponsor blankets for us. Tatum World Order. Uncle Tatum's pancakes. Tatum cult. I'm too lazy to do a cult. I mean, I don't even know how people be a cult leader. I'm too lazy. I couldn't brainwash people that long. Tatum violin. Tatum burger. The Tatum twerk. Y'all funny. Tatum beard brushes. Tatum the billionaire. All right, I'm going to end on that one. Tatum the billionaire. That's what I like. Tatum the billionaire. All right, I love you guys, man. I really appreciate y'all. I did enough preaching, so I don't need to do enough praying. I did enough preaching. So go back and listen to that sermon. Pastor Tatum. I always wanted to be a pastor. I want to be a bishop. Let's see. What's up, my brother? Shoot the shout out for the Black Kirby 64. Black Kirby 64. What's up? What's up? What it do? All right, let me amicably get off of here. If that's even a word. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. 34 people joined the Tatum Squad. I appreciate it. I lost count of how many super chats y'all gave. Almost 10,000 likes on this video. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. So, like I said, the description section on most of my videos have every way to contact me, how to support me, how to support the cause. Y'all just Keep the faith. Thank you for joining the Tatum Squad. The Tatum Squad is going to be fire, man. I keep saying that, but we got a whole community that we building on the back end of Tatum Squad. It's a community of Tatum Squad people. If you want to be a part of that community, join the Tatum Squad. There's going to be multiple ways to join outside of Tatum Report. I mean, I said Tatum, outside of the YouTube. So just stay tuned. But I love you.